What's the furthest you ran before?
So before today is 100, so we'll go 300. See?
Woo!
Hey guys, what's happening? Dan here, aka Nightbox. Back in May, I had the amazing opportunity to go and compete in the Go One More Ultra. This was going to be my first backyard ultra, but I did have experience with a 100-mile race the previous fall. My crew and I packed up and made the 15-hour drive down to Austin, Texas. Nick Bear was hosting the event, and honestly, he's the reason I got into ultra running. I was super excited to finally meet him in person. The day had finally arrived, and it was time to see if all my training had paid off. We got in line with the other racers and we entered the ranch. We found our spot and checked in. It was really cool being around all these other athletes and the energy was really high.
Okay, so at 8 a.m. or like, you know,
That's
7:50. Yeah, I want this. And then
after we got our camp set up, I was able to meet and talk with Nick for a little bit. It was really cool and he was so generous with his time. He took photos and spent time with everybody who approached him.
Hey Nick, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
My name's Dan.
Dan, good
Yeah, good to meet you too. I'm super excited.
You the one running?
I'm running.
I'm crewing. I wish I was running, but I'm crewing.
Awesome.
What's the furthest you ran before?
So before today is 100, so we'll go
300?
See?
Woo! All right.
I got it. You know what? I might go out and fall and break my leg in 20 miles, but you know, if I don't have that confidence, then I can go 300. That's never
I
gonna
respect
happen.
that. I respect that. Yeah.
As you saw in that clip, I told Nick that I wanted to go for 300 miles. And it's crazy looking back and thinking about that. I really did have high hopes for myself for this race. And I wanted to leave everything I had out on that course. I knew if I went in with the mentality of, oh, I'm just gonna do my best, that could be kind of limiting. I wanted to put that goal out there and go after it, because if I had that mindset of we're going after 300 miles, then who knows what could happen. But if I thought to myself, well, I'm only gonna do 50 or 100, then odds are I would get that mark and then that would be it. I'd be happy with that amount because that was my goal. Nick gave a speech beforehand and I think it really just kind of set the tone for the event and what we were all there to accomplish.
We have been planning and working towards this day for months now. And when we opened up this lottery, there were over 5,000 people who entered. And we selected 125, and then we invited some more athletes to come out here. So if you were selected to come run this race, just know that there were many people who wanted to and didn't get the opportunity. So when we cross this start line today, make sure that you earn that spot and you truly throw down.
Come on. Remember who we are, baby.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We finished that first lap. I hit all my times exactly where I wanted to. I was right on pace and I got back to camp and got refueled, ate some potatoes. And the heat, even at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we could tell was gonna be an issue going forward.
How you feeling?
Good.
Strategy's confident?
Yeah, the strategy works out well with what the course looks like.
Okay, cool.
Because there's a hill at 2.8, so I walked up that hill.
Yep.
And then I jogged for a little bit after that, and I factored that into my walking time that I wanted to have at the end. So,
Anything unexpected?
no.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Looking back, I probably should have utilized ice more. There were ice chests set up around the course and you could dip your hat, or they had sponges to cool yourself off. And I think that's something I should have utilized more. But that first lap went great. Honestly, second lap went really well and I was feeling good.
Let's go, guys! Go get them! Let's go!
It was when we got into the third lap that I started to cramp a little bit. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, cramping is something that I've struggled with. and I think I was just sweating so much more than I expected. I was pushing the fluids really good. I was on top and getting everything I wanted in, and I just don't think it was enough. So third lap, I came in and I only had 5 minutes left. So it took me 55 minutes for that lap, and you had an hour to complete it. So my mom and Tim were there, and I told Tim to go get my vest. So he ran off and got my vest. At that point, I had just been carrying liquid, but I knew I was going to need some more extra liquid for this next race. So Tim came back, had my vest, and I was struggling even to put it on. I had it inside out and upside down and backwards, and I was worried about time. I only had 5 minutes, and I was telling them that I was sorry, and they were like, what are you sorry for? Like, you're fine, just like get this on, like everything's fine. And so I kind of started to mentally break there, and we're only 12 miles in, and I was getting worried again with the cramping and everything. So we're trying to solve these problems on the go. I take off for that fourth lap, and I'm walking and running and walking and running, and I'm constantly checking my watch, and I needed to pick up the pace. There was a part where I'm coming by the start finish, and I'm moving at a decent pace, and in my head though, like, I had to keep that pace. I could not walk again, and I just didn't have it in me, and it was really hard because I had such high expectations for this race. I had brought enough food for 160 miles. If I got through all that, I was ready to transition to the stuff that they had there for us. And here I am at that point, I'm like 14 miles in, and I am just falling apart. And it was so disheartening. And I was finishing that loop, and I could see the start finish. They had already left for the next lap. I had already been disqualified. And I tried to run. I wanted to finish strong, and my legs were cramping so bad that I fell over and I screamed out in pain. And a bunch of people ran from the start towards me. They had a medical cart driving out towards me, and I'm yelling at them as they're coming towards me. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm going to finish. And they came to me, and I got myself up, and under my own power, I finished that lap. It took me an hour and 8 minutes for that lap, and I had to complete it in an hour. They took the timing unit off of my leg, and I grabbed my horseshoe that said did not finish, and I immediately went to the medical tent for my cramping. I didn't stop to talk to Tim or my parents. I just went and sat down and had them work on me. I'm not even sure how long I was in there, but it was quite a while. The people in there told me that the cramping was really bad. We ended up hanging out at the event for about another 20 hours or so. We spent the night there. We cheered on other runners. And I moped a lot. I moped for a few days, and I'm sure I was not pleasant to be around on the way home. We had to drive another 15 hours home because I had such high hopes for this event, and I had trained for months. I had told people that I was going to go down and, I was going to run 200-300 miles. And admittedly, I know I wasn't going to run that many miles, but I didn't think I'd be out in 16 miles when I've done a 100-mile race. I've done 50-mile runs. I've done, multiple 20-plus mile runs. The heat just caught up to me. In the weeks following, I honestly struggled with some depression. Again, just because I had set the bar so high for myself. And then, just replaying everything in my head. What could I have done better? Did I even deserve to be there? Why am I running? Like, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Is it worth it? Am I good enough? And I think a lot of people struggle with these thoughts, especially after a big failure. But there's definitely something to take away from it. And it took me a couple weeks before I decided how I was going to move forward. For a while, I was saying that I was never going to run again, that was it. I was going to let that failure be it, that I was done. I was giving it up. And I came to the realization that I didn't want that. Another thing that made it so hard was I felt so guilty, which sounds silly, but I made Tim and my parents drive 15 hours down there and another 15 hours back to help me with this race. And I felt bad that I made them go. I know they did it because they care and they love me and they want to support me. But to make them go that far and then for me to only run 4 hours, and it sounds silly too, I only ran 4 hours in 100-degree temperature. But I had a conversation with my mom before the race, and she's like, remember, we're here to have fun. And I have the clip for those same.
Some things should be just for fun.
No, I'm not here for fun.
If you're not here for fun, then I'm
here.
going home.
I'm here to win. I am here to win.
It's hard to look back on that moment. I wasn't able to enjoy the experience because I was so tunnel visioned, and I was so focused, which is good that I was focused, but I wasn't able to enjoy it. And I wish I could have. And looking back, watching the documentary that they made, I got teary-eyed because there's just so much emotion tied to that event for me. And as much as I am over it, it's still hard. It's still hard. The one thing I did get from the Go One More Ultra was the horseshoe. It says did not finish on the back of it. And it's a constant reminder to me that I failed. People have told me I'm crazy for this, but I keep it in my car and I have to look at it every single day. You know, it's a constant reminder that I don't ever want to feel that way again. And the best way to do that is to put in hard work every day and just show up and give it everything you got. And I did that on that day, and I know I didn't have anything left. My body just gave out. But I also need to work on how I look at failure and how I let that affect me. And I need to work on finding the positive in those sorts of situations. I had all this leftover stuff from the race, electrolytes and potatoes and all this stuff already purchased. So I signed up for another backyard ultra, and I've been training for that. As of recording this video, I am 10 days out from that race. So there's going to be a lot of really good runners. I am lucky that it's here in Iowa, so I won't have to travel 15 hours this time. But I'm kind of using this race as redemption. I want to prove to myself that I am good enough, that I did train hard enough before. There was just some things I had to learn, and I'm going to take those things and apply them to this next race. There's a lot of really good runners that are going to be there, and I'm really excited. I've met a few of them through social media, so I'm excited to actually finally meet them in person. There's some great runners, and I am not going to say I'm doing 300 miles this time. I have some expectations in mind, but I'm just going in with a different mentality. And I'll be honest, no matter how many miles I run, and I think this is common for endurance athletes, no matter how far I go, I don't think it'll be enough for me. I'll always wish I could have done more. But I just want to go out and at least do better than what I did down in Texas. And I think that my training and what I've learned has set me up for success to do that. As of recording this video, the lottery for the Go One More Ultra for 2026 has opened, and I applied. So that would be amazing. We'll find out in about 2 weeks. That would be amazing if I somehow won the lottery again and got to go down there and redeem myself. Like I said, this next race, the Broken Anvil, is what I'm focused on right now. I'm using this as my redemption race. But it would be so amazing to be able to go back down to Austin, Texas and be on that course again and leave it all out there again. But take that knowledge that I learned from being down there this year. So 10 days out from Broken Anvil Backyard Ultra. Definitely will have a video for that. I've got some people helping me out. I'm super excited. And like I said, I'm excited to go meet some of these other great runners that are going to be there. It's going to be a fantastic event. But that's all I got for today, guys. And until next time, make sure you go out every day and do something you love. Thanks.